If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free.
Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here at tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're continuing with our coverage of the top decks from the Salt Lake City Regional. This time around with Finnegan Lynch SUICUNE deck, which is what you would expect for the most part of a SUICUNE Ludicolo deck, but also has some interesting quirks about it that I do want to go over. Number one being no quick shooting, which is really interesting. Shady Dealings, of course, a really fantastic ability, letting you search for 2 trainer cards at any point when you evolve. You can also access this with Rare Candy, which I've done so in some of the games I've played with this list so far and beforehand. But no bonus damage from quick shooting definitely feels odd because I'm so used to it, but clearly it worked out for Finn. And he does have the choice belt for boosting the damage, along with obviously Ludicolo's enthusiastic dance. So, I mean, based on his testing, obviously it wasn't necessary, and the consistency from Shady Dealings is really awesome. And I seem to recall a certain YouTuber constantly advocating for a 2-2 split of quick shooting and Shady Dealings. So I guess we've gone the full 80 of people not playing Shady Dealings at all to playing a 2-1 split, to nobody playing 2-2, including myself, to now the double Shady Dealings with no quick shooting. And the other cool thing about this list, or interesting thing rather, is no supporters, right? Other than Melanie and Raihan. So no research, no Marnie, no boss. And in the place of boss is the cross switcher. Obviously you can play Melanie, power up your SUICUNE, and then find the cross switcher to target down whatever you were trying to target down, which is really awesome. What can I say? That's definitely not something that any other SUICUNE list could do before. I do follow Finn somewhat on Facebook. We're Facebook friends, and I have seen him post that he was doing well at locals with the cross switcher, so it was really nice to see him do well as well at the regional. I believe he was the previous Salt Lake City regional champion. He won an expanded event back, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, 4 maybe. Might have been with Drampagarb. I'm not entirely sure, but he was the reigning Salt Lake City champion, and he almost pulled the back-to-back, which is really impressive. So how about we give this deck a try? Alright, so in the coin flip, we are going first with a capture energy into a Sobble keep calling, sorry. So not a bad start by any means. Definitely want to establish the SUICUNE so I can start applying pressure in the next turn. I did price 2 SUICUNEs, that's potentially really bad as they are my main and only attacker. And I don't know what I will be playing against yet. Again, discount Mew at least, so that means it's very possible that I get Marnied, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass. Since I don't know what else I need to do in order to prepare for my bonus strategy, I don't need to commit more cards than I currently have at the moment. Now we find out we're up against Urshifu, which I have been running, right, more into more fighting decks in the ladder, which you would expect. Based on the fact that Gengar Arceus won. Alright, now we did top deck a water. We can effectively eliminate the Sobble. My opponent didn't do anything else. You'd expect him to have a Jeez, this is bad though. There's no card that I can get which helps me accomplish this attack this turn. Yeah, I also priced 2 Melanie, so 2 Suicune and 2 Melanie priced. Perhaps I should have attached the water last turn. That's alright. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and retreat. And let's see if we can thin. Okay, more waters. And then we'll go ahead and scoop up net to have potential access to Drizzle next turn. So very slow turn for us. Compensates for the slow turn that our opponent did. Telescopic sight, stadium, and yeah, okay, so my opponent was definitely holding a very good and powerful hand and will get the first attack off, and with no Lotad on the bench I cannot threaten the return KO, unfortunately. So now our hope is that my opponent whiffs energy, which is not very likely, I would say, at this stage. Oh, but they did. So never mind. Alright, so we are both going like back and forth. And I'm essentially whiffing. Okay, so I definitely would like a Melanie to start attaching and start buying up another Suicune. That would be ideal. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Quick Ball. I also really need to free up at least one more Suicune off the prize cards. So establishing the next Suicune seems pretty ideal. And okay, so I do find the Lotad. However, unless I bench double Lotad, I mean, I'm assuming my opponent will have access to Raihan, right? If they go after the Lotad. So let me think this through. So maybe my plan to win here is KO Sobble, go after the Urshifu if they don't evolve, and then bench double Lotad to try and go after the VMAX. It's not looking great though for me, I think. I'm just gonna go ahead and bench, I'll go ahead and attach. And thing is, I'm gonna be out of options next turn, right? So this is not the best situation to be in. I could pick up the Drizzle and force my opponent. Yeah, I think that's the plan actually. So I'm gonna force my opponent to target down these guys, not draw any prize cards. And then, because like if they want to G-Max Rapid Blow, they have to use Raihan. So they'll commit the damage here, then I'll go ahead and attach the Cape of Toughness to the active, and then I can bench these guys. And if I attack into this guy, I am not taking a prize card, so I can't Raihan. However, they also have Melanie, so... Alright. That might have been their top deck. They do end up using Raihan here, possibly for the Octillery. Right? Yeah, this is not looking great. So I might have to bench double Sobble, double Lotad? I don't know. None of the options I have seem great at all. Like at all. At this point. Wow, my bench is just everything. Like they had a slow turn 1 and then forget about it. They're like, I'm getting wrecked right about now. Alright, so then the cape will go onto the benched Suicune to prevent the KO from the double Intellion. They have 2 cards in their hand at the moment. So they only have 2 cards. I'm gonna go ahead and play this as well. If I manage to knock out the artillery, that might completely slow them down. Okay, well there's my full bench. Alright, so I don't have access to target down anything, unfortunately, so let's go ahead and fill up our bench. We'll go ahead and attach, I think that's fine, and I'll go ahead and Blizzard Rondo for maximum damage. So 2 guard hand for my opponent. Can't knock out the SUICUNE, thankfully, which maybe they were relying on to get going, but nope, they just have the Melanie. That works too. Okay, then I'm pretty sure I've lost now, if they have another Melanie, which that might get them the Melanie. Hero Medal. What the heck? Are you serious? Wow. I mean, that doesn't really have... If I had quick shooting, that actually would have hurt my opponent to an extent. What a weird choice. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've lost here. Pretty sure I've lost. Okay. So we're gonna do the cross switcher play. And we're gonna knock out Auxiliary and we're gonna knock out this Urshifu VMAX. That's gonna be the plan, alright? So we're gonna go ahead and grab the Intillion. And we're gonna Rare Candy into the Intillion. Like, we're not out of this yet, but it's definitely not looking great. And we're gonna grab a cross switcher and the Raihan. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and Raihan. And the other card that I'm gonna grab off of the Raihan, I think it's gonna be the other cross switcher. Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and attach. I'll go ahead and cross switcher onto this Auxiliary. So I get a 3 price turn. And then I still have the possibility to one-shot this guy with the SUICUNE. Or Echoing Horn into a knockout. We'll see. Aqua Bullet. 3 price knockout. There's a SUICUNE. So by knocking out the Artillery, we hopefully eliminate their possibility to get the Rapid Strike energy. That's the key card that I'm hoping I got rid of right here. If that's the case, then we might actually have a game. That's thinning. That's more thinning. Do they play Crobats? So if they whiff a turn, I still need a lot though. Like, probably way too much. Ugh. And there's our favorite card. Okay, so I'm not getting the win next turn, that's for sure. We did eliminate their win, but still. Okay. So I might have to just evolve into a Ludicolo. If I can. Actually, okay. This is gonna be an interesting turn of events, I guess. Quick shooting, sure, apply the pressure there. So best case scenario, my opponent retreats into something else and lets me take a prize card. Probably not gonna happen, right? Based on how they've played, but alright, yeah. It doesn't happen. Okay. So in order for me to have a chance at winning, I would need to take AO with SUICUNE this turn. whilst making sure that my opponent cannot knock out two of these guys. So the way to do that is with the double rare candy, right? Which I do have access to. Or scoop up nets. That works too. So I'm gonna do this. So I grab... I can't. I need too many cards. I need the rare candy, I need the quick ball, and I need the Melanie. So I can't grab the rare candy, right? I need to grab these two and hope I get the rare candy or a scoop up net. Scoop up net also works. So let's definitely thin right here. Actually, probably the card I need to discard this turn. Actually, it should have been the choice belt. Alright, so scoop up net or rare candy. Neither. Alright, so that's game then. If they find the Rapid Strike energy, which I assume they will. I guess I still have a chance off of the ability, but I'm not attacking either, so that's really bad. If I don't attack, I'm not winning this turn. Even if I attack, I'm not winning. Alright, fleet-footed. Oh, well, there's a rare candy. How does that help me, though? I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Prevents them from winning. Next turn. Alright. And that's my last rare candy, too. So I can never one-hit KO this dude. But I do have the Echoing Horn play. So I think that's my win condition. I need to somehow top deck into the double cross switcher plus an energy play to knock out an Urshifu. That's the only way I can do this. Oh, well, they have their own Echoing Horn. Never mind. Alright, so now they just need one of their two Rapid Strike energies left, right? Yeah. So there's 8 cards left, unless they priced one. That's gonna be the game. I guess they had the KO no matter what, actually. Because of the quick shooting, so never mind. Unless it's the last card and they priced the other one, which it is not. So yeah, close game. Very close game. That turn where we weren't able to apply pressure, maybe I misplayed though. Maybe I should have attached the water to the Sobble. Maybe that was my bad. That was probably my mistake, actually. On to next one. Alright, we go first, yet again, which with this hand, perhaps it would have been better to go second so we could call for family, but even then, definitely not a great hand at all. That helps a little bit more, except not really. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the SUICUNE. So I was thinking about the previous game. I actually don't think it was a mistake because I can't, like, my Sobble would have ended up with 2 energies attached anyway. So because without the call I wouldn't have been able to find the SUICUNE, and without the SUICUNE I can't play Melanie anyway. So okay, that actually really helps. I should go ahead and play that to establish a Sobble. And now we're talking, right? Now we are in a pretty decent spot. But yeah, like if I had attached the water here to load that, next turn I would have needed to attach the call energy, or I would have had to use call for family, which is also fair, but I don't know, questionable for sure. Okay, so everything here is indicating me that we're up against Arceus, V-Star. The fact that there's no Rapid Strike being served, Rapid Strike Urshifu being served also tells me this. And Rapid Strike Urshifu usually doesn't play Path to a Peak, right? So we get a knockout, we get to thin a little bit, and we're not in the best position, but my opponent doesn't have anything set up, so that's good. Yeah, that's good. All right. And we get a well played, and that's it. Alright, so sucks, but on to the next one. Alright, so now we're going second, and we get a pretty decent start, I would say. We're missing a water energy or a drizzle, but hopefully we'll get there, and my opponent's very underwhelming turn definitely helps us out. And now we get the water top deck, which is even better, and we can also just call for family here and get this beautiful, beautiful setup versus a 1 energy Luminion, so I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. Still no way to attack next turn, but there's a possibility. If we get any drizzle, level ball, quick ball, we can in fact use Melanie, unless our opponent goes ahead and ascensions into the Weezing, which is probably what will happen, so never mind. Or we get Marnied into the Melanie option now. So things keep changing, but what you need to do is adapt, right? That's what you need to do. Now, not much adaptation we can actually do with this hand. Okay, so now we're in a lot of trouble. After Marnie did its beautiful party trick. So this is like a different version of Arceus box decks, relies on Crobat, no Intillion that we can see. Literally nothing I can do right here. Hope for another Marnie. Interesting path to a peak, plus that stadium, plus the Weezing, so mixed bag of tricks for my opponent, not sure what to expect. Yeah, not much to say. A cross switcher would actually help us get out of the Weezing, so we have that as a top deck. Don't have much else that can help us here though, but it's gonna be a while before the Weezing takes us down, I guess. But with 1 card hand, I mean, they do have a V-Star, so never mind. Perhaps I should start like thinning as much as I can. I think that's it. I don't want to quick ball any of these cards. They could end up being useful, so maybe I could quick ball the choice belt, but that's it. Yeah, you know, there's not much I'm gonna do here. So they're probably searching for a supporter not named Marnie, unfortunately. And perhaps a double turbo, perhaps another Arceus. There's definitely no rush, right? We see that they're playing the fighting, so they do have access to Zapdos as well, and there's the research as mentioned. So not bad, right? They definitely have us under a pretty brutal lockdown. Okay, I mean, sure, let's thin a little bit more. Another Suicune, perhaps. Then we got thin with a Call for Family. And just wait. Yeah, just wait until we top deck enough energies to do anything. Or another cross switcher. Rare Candy doesn't do anything for me, so now the SUICUNE goes down. And then I really don't know what else to do or say. Not much analysis I can do here. If I don't top deck something next turn, I'm just gonna concede and move on to a different game. We do see a boss. Can we see a cross switcher? Okay, would a cross switcher top deck with double drizzle and the Lurigolo let me take a one shot? Alright, on to the next one. Alright, we're going second. Hopefully Marty doesn't do its party trick. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Sobble. That way I can attach the water, you just keep calling for more Sobbles. Get a feel of what we're up against, so it's probably Mew based on everything. And that's okay. If our opponent knocks out a one pricer, we can actually purposely not bench the SUICUNE, which will make it a little bit more complicated to power up afterwards, but that's alright as well. As we will need a switching card, so that's something important to consider. Though, they did get a pretty underwhelming turn, I would say. So we're definitely gonna keep calling this turn. I don't think I will reply with a Ludicolo. It doesn't seem like my opponent will even have their bench full. I'm playing the level ball to thin the drizzle, because I know, or I'm predicting that my opponent doesn't play Marnie, so I'd rather not top deck that. And then, assuming the Sobble's going down, cross switcher could come in handy. Discarding the energy feels a little meh. I don't know. I feel like I should bench this SUICUNE though. Like what I'm thinking about now is double benching SUICUNEs. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So the opposite of what I was saying, but now that I've reconsidered, you know, I think this is correct. Even though my opponent could go after a SUICUNE, I definitely think this is the way to go. And I know I priced one cross switcher, so I have access to two of them. I have to make that switch plus target down with boss really count here. Really count. Alright, so there's a Marnie with his party trick, but no ability lock means we have so many outs that I'm not super worried. There's the drizzle out, so perfect, and we got more energies as well. Interesting to see a Mew deck play Marnie. But it seems like they're definitely struggling, right? So not super concerned at the moment. And now 180 HP, I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Even with the choice build, I don't get a knockout on the Mew. However, I could get a knockout on the Genesect, which might in and of itself be enough to get a KO. So I'm gonna evolve here, and I'm gonna grab the Melanie. I do not have a water energy in the discard pile, so I do need to retreat, which makes the play less likely, I guess. Alright. Alright, can I get this KO? Let me just think about it for a second. I do need a full bench. Don't mind the damage too much. I did price too low, that's bad. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17. So I'm short on the Mew knockout. If I go Rare Candy, Inteleon for cross switcher, plus yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just eliminate the Genesect. I think that's pretty fair. So we'll do this, and we need the other cross switcher and the choice belt. Okay, so we get the win. Cross switcher plus choice belt, then we would have drizzled for scoop up net. We would have played the cross switcher, brought up the Genesect, and then we would have scoop up netted the Inteleon. That way we had access to another Inteleon next turn for an extra 2 cards, hopefully for the Ludicolo to finish off the Mew. But that didn't happen, right? I'm gonna leave it here. 3 quick games, 1 longer game. But yeah, pretty cool deck, pretty powerful deck, and I do expect SUICUNE to rise in popularity quite a bit after this weekend's results. See you next time.